Hello and welcome to another edition of Sand Shark Bites, and perhaps our least organized edition ever. We are really just scraping it together today. Crazy schedules all around. I'm your host, Justin Jarrett. As always, my left-hand man is James Duffy. And yeah, we're kind of scraping things together. It's been a wild week. We're trying to get on track here, but we're happy to be back on the air with another edition of Sand Shark Bites, and a lot to talk about once again. And we already talked a lot about it on the air. We did basically a live show on Sunday. We talked soccer.
Those of you who are big fans and subscribe to both Stretch Internet Broadcast and Sand Shark Bites, you know that we were forced into duty on Sunday to do a little coverage of the game, as we didn't have our regular announcer Jim Glasson on the air.
And you'll get to hear us again on Thursday some, because although that'll probably be after you see this, you'll probably see this after Thursday's game. But Glasson going to have to cut out at halftime, so I guess we're going to have to do it again. Maybe we can spark another second-half comeback.
But that is the truth. The game Sunday was possibly the most exciting game ever.
Incredible game. You can catch the highlights on YouTube if you missed it, or pay $7.95 and go back and watch the replay. It was something else. USCB down 3-1 at halftime, scored 3 goals in the last, I can't even remember when the first one was. It was the penalty kick by Alex Radu that kind of got things started in the right direction and just snowballed from there. And
with
USCB
3 minutes left, goes ahead. It was a beautiful thing. We sat there for 3 minutes in utter panic, trying to keep ourselves under control. It was a beautiful thing. I've just been rubbing it in everyone's faces who wasn't there on Sunday. I can't believe it was so great. It was so great. It was
pretty phenomenal.
Yeah.
I was still jacked up hours afterwards thinking about the
best game I've seen on campus. Period.
I would have to agree with that. It was pretty fantastic. Only thing that rivals it is the win at SCAD a couple of years ago, which I believe you missed that one.
No, I was there for that.
You were at that one.
Yeah.
It was the playoff game you missed. What a match that was. That's what it reminded me of. Just the intensity was incredible. And if you can get out there this week, it's probably going to be the same. Kaiser coming in, top 10 team in the nation, coming in on Thursday at 3 o'clock. Probably too late.
The other thing about this game against Weber, we'd never beaten them.
We had never beaten them.
Yeah.
It was phenomenal. Great comeback. And then Saturday at noon, Johnson and Wales, in what proves most likely to be a huge game, may decide who hosts a playoff game or who gets into the playoffs, depending on how some things shake out down the stretch. So going to be great. But we'll talk more about that with Pascal Roca coming on later. I think she'll be our first soccer student athlete to grace the program, and certainly our first student body president to grace the program. So that will be exciting. And just to run down the rest of it, I know you've been a little out of sorts. You kind of have this other job. This professor thing gets in the way sometimes of your show host duties. But women's golf competed down at Thomas in Valdosta. Not quite the effort that they were looking for. It was a tough course, I know. Franzi Noach, though, played very well, especially on the second day. Shot up to a tie for 5th to make all-tournament team. Sand Sharks finished 5th in a pretty strong field. Not quite what they were looking for, but they'll get one more shot this fall to get back on track. NAIA fall preview coming up in a couple of weeks over in Pooler, so that'll be good. Men's golf still on their little hiatus, laid off for another week, and then 26th and 27th they'll get back at it. Cross country had their week off. We've talked about their bi-weekly schedule. They'll be back at it on the 24th, and that's the big one, Sand Shark Invitational out in Hardyville. Coach just gave me the list of teams. It grows by the day. We're pushing 40, between 35 and 40 right now. So it is going to be a huge race out there. If you've never seen anything of that sort, a huge road race or a huge cross-country race, you should come out and check it out because it's pretty impressive stuff. And hey, that's it. That's the rundown.
We got almost nothing to tell you this week. I mean, I can go on and on and on about the Sunday game.
We lingered a little bit on that one, but that wasn't the only comeback victory for soccer this week. They also
we had some
a
other
comeback
games
win at Warner as well. So
right.
Went 2-0. They've won 3 in a row, and we've talked all season that the talent is there, the effort is there. If they can just get some breaks to go their way, this thing can turn around. And lo and behold, it has. We've won 4 out of the last 5, and really making a charge in the conference. In 3rd place right now in the standings, and Duffy just got kicked out of his own class probably, or reprimanded at the least.
Oh, the life.
One of those days.
Yeah.
My Cubbies beat his Cardinals, and he's just out of sorts ever since.
I'm really letting that pass, but it is one of the signs of the apocalypse. The blood moon rising on the eclipse, the Cubs taking the pennant, and cats and dogs living together.
The fools who didn't heed the warnings of Back to the Future. Back to the Future 2.
Back to the Future 2.
Yep, it's the Cubbies' year.
I'm letting it go. I'm rooting for the Cubs now.
All right.
Just for now. Not once the new season starts, it's all over, but just for now.
You might as well. I
That's
mean,
right.
we're no threat to you.
No, I'm over. The strike 3, turn the TV off, I'm on to next season. Let's go.
That's usually how we do it, but it's usually in like April or May. But anyway, that's the gist of what's happening around here. Soccer on the upswing, golf, and both golf teams starting to kind of wind down the fall campaign, and cross country ramping up for those last 2 big events before national championships. So getting down to the nitty gritty, going to be some exciting stuff coming up in the next couple of weeks. But first, let's hear from Pascal Roca, student body president and new goalkeeper for the Sand Shark soccer team, right here on Sand Shark Bites.
Welcome back to Sand Shark Bites, joined now by Pascal Roca, who it's kind of hard to boil her down to a quick title. We've got senior captain on the soccer team, of course, student body president, several more titles that I know I'm forgetting, student ambassador, several more things. Pascal's involved in everything on campus, but of course we're here to talk soccer. Pascal, this season has been a roller coaster ride to say the least. Had some tough breaks early on, things didn't go our way, had some injuries, but man, it has taken a big time upswing of late. 3-game winning streak going into Thursday's game against Kaiser, and looking really good in the conference. You guys just riding high right now?
Yeah, we're feeling good. We're meshing together. We did have tough times at the beginning, but your hope as a team is to do well in conference, and now we're in conference and we're playing well, and so we're hoping to come out of this weekend out of these 2 big games with some wins.
Yeah, Thursday against Kaiser, as we mentioned, a top 10 team and kind of a perennial power. They've actually been knocked down a peg this year, losing to SCAD earlier this season, so they're going to be really wanting to stay up there toward the top of the table. And I know we're feeling very confident going in. 3-game winning streak, as we mentioned, scoring tons of goals, ready to put some pressure on. What is the team's mindset going into these 2 games against Kaiser and Johnson and Wales?
That we know that these wins are crucial to where we want to be in our conference. We want to be at the top, and if we don't come out this weekend with wins, then we're not going to be where our goals are set. So the mindset is it's going to be a bloodbath. It's all or nothing. Everything's got to be put in, or we're not going to get what we want.
Where is the confidence level? I know that you guys have maybe felt overmatched against Kaiser, formerly Northwood, in the past as a top 5 team, but the confidence level pretty high right now. You feel like we can compete on Thursday?
With the way that our conference has been playing, with the scores being super tight in all other games, coming into Kaiser, a little nervous at the beginning. We talked this week about that situation on what's happened in the past, that we need to throw that out the window and we need to come playing our game and not worried about what other teams are doing. So we're going in confident this week.
Good deal. And you are gaining more confidence in your new position. We've talked a lot about it on the show, but Pascal, always a forward midfielder type. Then Coach was looking for somebody who could go in there into goalkeeper and clear the ball out of the field. You got a big foot, so he says, who's going to go in there and do it? Pascal raises her hand. This is over at Richmond Hill against Truett McConnell. And you had to be a little bit surprised when Coach actually said, go warm up, you're going in to play keeper.
I don't even know what was going on in my mind when I decided to agree to that, because that position has scared me for the 16 years I've played this sport. But he said, go warm up, and I was like, all right, and got in the net, and we played a really good half that game. So I felt okay going into that position then.
How much more comfortable have you gotten? How much do you feel like you've kind of grown into that position? You've got an opportunity to play there a lot. You can kind of see the confidence building from the sidelines. But, how much more comfortable are you now than you were that day?
I'm a lot more confident now, especially because of my teammates. They've put a lot of belief and trust in that I can do this position. It's nerve-wracking being the last person. It's you the ball in the net, and there's nothing you can really rely on other than yourself. And so my teammates have really pushed me to become someone who's going to take that role, and it gives me the opportunity to communicate with my teammates, to be the voice, to be the one who organizes and controls the back line. And that's a strength that I've always had, but running, kind of, when you can't breathe, you can't talk. So giving the opportunity back there has been really helpful.
Yeah, and you've done a great job back there. The communication's been great, the distribution great, and like I said, the skills coming along every day as far as playing the position, those specific skills. But big games coming up Thursday, 3 o'clock against Kaiser. That's going to be Faculty Staff Appreciation Day. I know you guys always enjoy that, getting to recognize some of the faculty and staff who have an impact on your careers here. And then on Saturday at noon, Johnson and Wales, and that's always a big one. Coaches are on friendly terms there, so it's a big rivalry game, and looks like it's going to have a lot to do with where we finish in that playoff table. Looking ahead, you don't want to get too far ahead. You want to focus on Thursday, but it's looking good for a playoff position, and we've got some experience playing in the playoffs the past few years. Feel like this could be the year we make the next step?
I think so. I think if we stick on where we're going and we keep building every game we play, I think we can move further into a new position that we've never been into before.
That'll be fantastic. You'll keep an eye on uscbathletics.com for the latest on the women's soccer team, and hopefully come out to Finland. Last 2 regular season games coming up Thursday and Saturday. Hope to see you there. Thanks for joining us, Pascal.
Thank you.
All right, good luck this week. We'll be right back with more on Sandshark Bites.
At the University of South Carolina, Beaufort, we offer small classes, individual attention, and an affordable education in an atmosphere that fosters diversity and achievement.
We are students.
We field 9 Sandshark sports teams that compete in the Sun Conference.
We are athletes.
We are one university with 2 campuses serving the coastal areas of South Carolina and Georgia.
We are the Low Country.
We are the fastest growing 4-year school in the University of South Carolina system. We are USCB.
Always good to talk to Prezi P.
Prezi P,
Pascal.
rocking it on.
Going to be a weird place around here without her next year, isn't it?
I'm telling you, every year you start looking at those graduating seniors and you think, how are we going to get along
It doesn't
without
feel like
them?
it's been 4 years. I don't know how that happened,
Yeah.
but yeah, it's going to be totally different without her. And I guess that's the nature of the beast. It's kind of what makes exciting is to see them go off and be all grown up, but it's also very sad at times, and it's difficult to say goodbye. But Pascal's been an awesome presence on campus and really a tremendous asset in the goal. The second half of this season really helped turn that team around, so it's been exciting. Well, it's that time.
We've come to the end once again.
We have, and one of the more difficult decisions for me that I can remember picking a player of the week this week. I mean, Franzi played quite well on the golf course, but man, I'm still riding that wave of emotion from Sunday. It was just so exciting. So then I went back, I looked at the stats, and I might have to do something that I'm kind of against doing, which is splitting the Player of the Week award.
It's a bad precedent to start.
It's a difficult precedent, but hear me out.
I'm listening.
Player A has 2 goals and 1 assist this week. Player B has 2 goals and 1 assist this week. I mean, how do you choose one over the other?
The black card.
We could flip a coin in the tradition of Charlie McDinnis, but I don't think we should do that. I think we're going to split it this time. I think we're going to go to the 2 wings up top for the USCB soccer team. Also, I could have gone one and not the other, but one just won last week, and it was just too tough. I couldn't do it. So Haley Pena and Alex Radu, you are the Sandshark Bites Athletes of the Week, both with 2 goals and assists this week. I could have given Haley the edge because she broke the single-season school record with her 8th goal on Sunday. She also broke the single-season school record now with 20 points. But Alex has tied both of those records, or tied one and broken the other as well. It's just that Haley's one ahead of her. So she's
Sosa
right on her
McGuire.
heels. We got a Sosa McGuire situation going for sure. So Haley and Alex, you can share the award, you can share the glory, and just keep those goals coming and keep those wins coming, because it is an exciting thing to watch right now. That team is a blast to watch, and we're really enjoying it, and hope to make the call on some more exciting victories this week at Kaiser and Johnson and Wales. So that's going to do it for us for another edition of Sandshark Bites. We'll be back same time next week. Until then, keep those fins up.